Hello everyone and welcome. We are here, we are live, we are ready to go, and we are back in Kerbal-sized real solar system. And for those people that don't know, that might be joining this for the first time, this is the real solar system mod. So a real solar system with Earth and the Moon and Mars and Venus and all the rest of it, but scaled down to a Kerbal scale, to the stock scale. And I'm playing this mostly with stock parts, but with a whole lot of other mods layered on top of it, all of which are layered down there in the description. And of late, I've been doing a lot of probe work, and what I want to be doing, you know, just collecting science, really. And I've collected quite a lot. There's 375 science here as we speak, and that will probably go up because I have probes there out there collecting science. Fortunately, I can't unlock any tech nodes right now because research and development is currently being upgraded to level 2, and it's going to take 21.5 days for that to happen. So yeah, that's going to have to take to priority. So I'm going to have to work with what I got, and what I got is, I think, enough parts to start thinking about getting Kerbals up and doing stuff with them. And specifically what I'm thinking about is, if I go into here, I'll show you the contract I'm thinking about. If I go to this manned orbit pack, there is a put a Kerbal in orbit for 30 days. I would love to do under bases and stations this first station contract, wherever it's hiding in here, but it's not open yet because I gotta get the hitchhiker can first, and that's part of the reason why I gotta go to level 2. But this one's one I can do, is to put a Kerbal in orbit for 30 days. I do have Kerbalism, which has life support considerations, and I also want to think about I don't want to just put them in a one crewed capsule and leave them up there, so I want to build them a space station. And this can be the beginning of a space station. Whether I have the hitchhiker or not, I think I can do that. So I'm going to grab that. And so that's going to be kind of the mission for today. Hopefully that will all go without too much of a hitch. We'll see how much of it we can get through today. I also, while I'm thinking about it, I also like to take this time at the beginning of these streams to thank my Patreon patrons and YouTube members who help to directly support this channel. And in particular, I like to always welcome aboard my most recent Patreon patron and YouTube member. And my most recent Patreon patron is Larry the Cable Master. Thank you very much, Larry, for supporting this channel. And of course, a very heartfelt thank you to everybody who supports this channel directly, or even if you're just liking and subscribing and commenting and doing all that stuff that helps to feed the algorithm. That is great too. Okay, one thing I do want to take a look at as well is I do have the Strategia mod. And if I'm going to start working towards crude stuff, I think I need to pick some strategies to kind of help along with that. So I do have this to boldly go to. There's no penalty for canceling this. This, by the way, is replacing all the stuff that's in the administrative building, most of which nobody ever uses them for good reason. So it actually gives you some benefits here. So with the boldly go to, which I already have going, I get a 25,000 funds when science is transmitted or recovered from a new biome, and 100,000 funds when science is transmitted from a new celestial body. I really don't think, I mean, I guess I'll probably go back to the moon at some point and land in some new biomes, but I really don't have much going on with that. What I want to do, I don't think I have the tech to go into a full-on Apollo program. So, and certainly not any of this interplanetary stuff, but I can get into maybe some of, like, okay, hiring, I don't care about, I only rescue Kerbals. Massive launches, I don't have any good launch vehicles. Contract slot machine is no good. To boldly go, we talked about. I'm going to try and getting away from probes. What's local science? Earth, I got pretty much all the Earth. I don't want to go scrounging around Earth for science, so maybe this isn't as good as I like to think that there's here. Plus 10% reputation. This is stagnated research. Plus 10%. Oh. So what's this do? Plus 10% reputation to contract rewards. Okay, or plus 10, no percent. Just plus 10 reputation for rewards for contracts. Oh my gosh. Words, get them in the right order. And plus 100% science to research costs. So that makes researching things twice as expensive. No, I don't want to go there. That's a good one to go to if you find yourself at the end of the tech tree. We got free ice cream too. Cost 20,000 funds every 30 days. I get 5 reputation every 30 days. Reputation given is lost when the strategy is deactivated. Plus 200% to rewards for asset. No, I'm not going. Some of these are silly. Media Circus. Plus 50,000 funds for launch costs. 1.5 reputation per experience point gained by astronauts. That's not a lot, really. And then no. Plus 50 reputation on facility up. Okay, pilot focus. Oh, this is for doing plane contracts and stuff. Building shuttles and SSTOs. I don't want to build any more planes, and I'm nowhere near building shuttles or SSTOs. Engineer focus, plus 100% rewards for station and bases you know what, that might not be a bad idea. And what's the scientist focus? Plus 100% rewards for science collection contracts when scientists are present. Okay, I'm gonna grab the engineer one. That's what I'm gonna do. Let's just grab one to grab one. And that's gonna cost me 100,000 funds and 100 science, which is even more, but I think that might be worth it. Okay, so let's grab this. Oh, why can't I grab it? It says I can. Oh, I just couldn't see the window here. I just got to confirm it. There we go. Okay. Okay, so let's see what else we got here. I also have, and I do have to think about these. I built these science probes. I've renamed them the herd probes because that's the science mostly that they're collecting. And if you recall, I'm going to put this one up. It's sitting in storage ready to be rolled out. But here, I'm going to hit the edit button because there's a change I need to make to it. Hello, Philip, and welcome. Glad you can make it. Oh, and here comes the puns, of course, with the herd. And the issue with this little probe is that the thrust is very unbalanced. So all I want to do, I built this thing so quickly, is I want to see if I can balance this thrust. So can I do it just right here? Where's the thrust? There. Yeah, the mass is pulled over. Now, does the mass, if I extend the antenna, in my mind the mass is not moving. So what I'm going to try and do, see if I can do this with my eyeballs. I'm going to grab these, take this off. Oh, wait a minute, Kerbal Engineer. Kerbal Engineer's my friend. It has a torque right here. It tells me the thrust torque. Awesome. Kerbal Engineer, you're a dream. I was going to put it into orbit and do a little test on it. Oh, shoot, that's not working. Okay. Because as I move this one, the other one's going the other way. So what I'm going to do, let's go back to this. Put the snap on, put it on mirror symmetry. And now they should both move at the same time. Okay, now if I grab, take the snap off. Oh shoot, is there just, oh, there's just the one. I need two, silly, two. Okay. Now we'll go to here, take the snap off, and now I can see it needs to go to the left. Now I should be affecting the torque. There we go. I saw 0.02. That might be as good as it gets, and I'm sure that's fine. Oh, zero kilonewton meters right there. Okay, beautiful. Okay, let's take those off. People can actually maybe see what's going on here. So I just took those and moved them a little bit that way. That's it. We'll stick this back. Okay, check our staging. That all looks fine. We shall save this. Yes, and we also got to open up this and save our edits. All right. You'll see how long it's going to take it to... Did you know that space is dangerous? Yeah. Contrary to what you see in most movies, space is actively out to kill you. We humans are not evolved very well to live anywhere else than where we are. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's only going to take 22 seconds for that to be... Okay, that's cool. to us to fix. Oh no, here we go. Oh, it's still reconditioning the launch. Okay, so this is going to be done in no time. So let's. I got two hangars, or two bays, two construction bays. That's what I'm looking for. Let's build that space station. I want to build me a space station, and I'll put up 2 Kerbals. I think I only have to put up 1 because of the contract, but I'm going to put up 2. Don't need this anymore. So we're going to build, this is going to be, I don't know, Space Station 1. I'm very unimaginative with my names. And the part that I'm really kind of excited about, if I go to, I think it's under Utility? Yes. No. Under Payload, maybe? That's the one. This Mark 3 S1.5 cargo bay. This is, and I'm pretty sure this is coming from Airplane Parts, or Airplane Plus, one of the few part mods that I have installed. But I really like this. It's pretty neat. And other texture. Okay, I can put windows on it. Do I want to put windows on it? Look at, from this side, it looks like windows, but from here, they look like holes. What other textures do I have? Just that. Let's go windowless. Now you can see this is a 0.3. Let's open it. What is that? A Mark III part. That's what I'm talking about. So I've got to put on some sort of adapters. And I think I got, yeah, I have a Mark III to 1.875 adapter. So I'm going to stick that on there to kind of clean that up a little bit. And I guess one's got to go on the other side. This might end up making this more heavy than it probably... It definitely is going to make it more heavy than it really needs to be, but I don't know. I want to make something that looks okay. And now I got to scale this down because I really don't have many parts that are more than 1.25 meters. So let's see. I got... Well, I got... That's an adapter. What do I got? I got... Get this all right. I got this little service module. That is a 1.25 meter part. Let's see if we can scale down here a little bit. Let's see. Actually, I think I'm going to end up probably... You know what I should do? I know what I should do. Now let's just do what I'm doing. Put this down here. I need a adapter part. So I got this guy. That works. And then that guy. There we go. And this is just a little service module. You can stow some stuff inside here. I can take the shroud away, so there's a little bit of room. Obviously there's a mountain of room inside here, so that's going to be more. And we got, I'm pretty sure I got the 1.25 meter docking ports. Yeah, or no, the 0.625 meter docking ports, the Docatron Junior. And what I also should put on here before I forget is this thing's going to fly up autonomously. So I'm going to grab me an Octo Probe Core. Actually, let's grab the Hex Probe Core. I don't think it really matters. Oh, it won't stick in there. Okay, can I get away with... Maybe if I grab one of these little... These guys to stick it to. Now, I'm going to show... I actually talked about this on my last... Even if I put the snap on, notice that that's not snapping to the middle. If I hold the shift key, it still doesn't snap to the middle. That's really common with radial parts. But if you put it close to the middle, grab the move tool, make sure your snap is on, and then just give this a little move, it snaps to the center exactly. So if you ever want to take a radial part and make sure it's snapped exactly into the center, that's how you do it. So I'm going to put the hex probe right there. What we'll do, just hide this. That was really just there to give it a little bit of a node to attach to. And then we'll make that hex probe the root part. There we go. And probably, what else should I hide in here? Maybe some reaction wheels. Probably going to need that. Not the big ones. I think there's the advanced. That's a little big. I'm going to just put a couple of these on. Just like so. We can stow in some batteries. And then whatever else occurs to me to stow in here. Oh, I got the Z400s now. That's clearly going to be more batteries than I'll ever need. Come on, there we go. No, that's still not right. That's what I'm looking for. And put the energy density up to 100. That looks pretty good. Okay. And then on the top too, I gotta put a docking port up there. But actually, no. What I gotta do up there is there's still nowhere for kerbals to be. So again, if I grab this adapter, I have this adapter. No. I want this adapter. Here's a neat part. I don't get another one that maybe from Airplane Plus. Yeah, it's again Spaceplane Systems. I love this little part. I just discovered this while I was making the thumbnail. Actually, whoops. Shoot. Throw that away. Let's start all over again. Take that off. It is a little angled structural piece so that if you wanted to, you could stack these so you could build a curve. See how that works? I mean, I don't think I'm going to be doing it with this one, but that's pretty neat. It's a neat idea. But I'm not doing it with this one. This one's going to be really simple. So I need some crew space, so I'm just going, the only crew cabins I really have, this is unpressurized, so I'm not using that, are these little stock Mark I crew cabins. So I'm going to do that. There, that's 2 of them, and then what we'll do is another structural piece on the top like that, and then a docking port. And there, that's about it. Okay. So next, what I need. Oh, let's just delete that message. Don't need that. Next, what I need, because the contract, I'm pretty sure, requires us to be up there for 30 days. Oh, I also have a contract here. Just notice that. First docking, so should be doing that too. Be doing both of those at the same time. But yeah, I got to keep a Kerbal up there for 30 days, so I got to put in life support. Yeah, I know, resources, O2, water, all of that kind of stuff. So that all needs to go in here. So let's start thinking about that. So I'm going to put in, are there any Kerbals aboard? Because if you take a look here, I'll show you what I mean. If I put in, let's look, I think you're down here. Here's one of those life support boxes. Let's just grab one of these for now. So here's a life support box. This is coming from Kerbalism. And this life support box, you can configure them. Right now it's set up to just have food and water. But if we take a look here where it tells me how much food and how long it'll last, it says perpetual, but that's because there's no Kerbals aboard. So you want to crew this up. I'm going to just throw in, and this problem may not end up being the crew, but I'm just throwing in 2 Kerbals. I'm going to put, that's the plan, is to put up 2 Kerbals. Just to give it, so this is going to last now for 13 days. So what I want to do, whoops, back to here, is put enough on here. Let's go to 4-way symmetry. That's 55 days. Again, it got to be 30. I want to go over, obviously, so I think that's a good start. I'm going to put some structural bits down here. We'll stow all the food stuff in here. Oh my gosh, why? Just want to put that underneath. There we go. Okay, so 4 of these. Actually, right here might be a good spot. Okay, that's enough food for 2 Kerbals for 55 days. It's enough water for 41 days. That's maybe a little tight. So what I'm going to do is, again, grab this life support box. Let's put on just one of them. That's the smallest one. They get really big. And we're going to reconfigure it just to be water. Oh, that just changes the texture. Where is it? Here. That just changes the texture. Where is that? Up here. That's food. That's water. You also have sewage, waste, wet waste. We all know what wet waste is. There's solid waste and wet waste. I'll let you figure that out. And you can store those things because they'll build up, obviously, as Kerbals are living up there. But I don't have any processes. In the future, you can unlock processes that will start to take those things and convert them into other things. But I don't have those. So basically, I'm not going to worry about storing that. We're just going to dump it. But I am going to change this to just water. So now this is just water. Now how much water? I got 78 days of water. Okay, that's pretty good for now. Why don't you change one of the crew comps for a lab with crew cap 2? I have no idea what that all means. Sorry, Peter. You've lost me. I'm not going to put any RCS on this. This is going to be the base of it. The orbiter that goes up will have RCS on it. Okay, and yeah, are there... I should take a look at... Are there crew experiments I can do? There's... I think... is there an... I don't know if I can do science stuff in this. That I'm not sure of. I don't see a configure the science. Oh, configure pod. So, oh no, see, the only thing I can configure in the pod is a scrubber. That's what takes, obviously, the CO2 out of the air as the kerbals breathe. I can put in a monoprops fuels, and that's it. You always want to have the scrubber, and you always want to have the scrubber on. Don't mess with the scrubber. So, I don't think I have any science that I can do. Part count doesn't matter, no. I got 255 limit on the part count because I got a level 2 VAB. Okay, so that's got water. Now what I also need is oxygen, and I've not unlocked the pressurized. This is the thing with the Kiwi tech tree. Stuff comes out at a weird order. I've yet to unlock pressurized gas containers. So I'm gonna have to kind of cheat it to get oxygen. So what I'm gonna do is grab the roundified, the really small one, the Stratus 5 minified monopropellant tank, and we're going to use the tank configurator mod, and we're going to edit this tank and make it an oxygen tank. I don't see that, or I just don't have oxygen. So we're going to take out the monoprop, and we're going to go with gases, and we're going to max that out. We're going to add in some gases, and we don't want ammonia. What we want is oxygen. There we go. So that is now full of oxygen, right? Max? I don't know, is it? Nope, guess I got to do this. Boop, there we go. Full of oxygen. There we go. Lots of oxygen. So now I can go over here. How much oxygen? That's 73 days of oxygen. So 73 days of oxygen, 78 days of water, 55 days of food. I think that's okay. We'll leave it at that. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so we got the life support. Don't have to worry about radiation because we're going to keep this below the radiation belts. I'm really thinking... Oh, solar panels. Solar panels. I'm just going to use these guys. Nothing fancy. There's my solar panels. That honestly should be plenty. Electric charge. If I put this in the dark, the generation is fine. It will last for almost 4 hours in the dark, so I don't have an issue. I put so many batteries on here, I don't think that'll be an issue. Lights. Lights. So let's put on some lights. So back to here. I don't have the nav lights, but I'm starting to unlock some other lights. These ones are new. The MU-45 adjustable micro spotlight. What's this do? Oh, they're really tiny. Tiny's not necessarily a bad thing. Spin you around. Okay, let's just see what it does. So we got a little spotlight. Let's light that on. Oh, it's very much a spotlight. And I can adjust the pitch angle. You know where they might work really well? They might work really well up here. As you know, things are coming in. What do you think? You know, something's coming into dock. And can I change? I can't change the textures. Just won't do much because they're black. Yeah, I won't play with that. Simple repaint doesn't do well on things that are black. But I don't see it, so... yeah, we'll do that. And we'll put another pair down here at the bottom. Same purpose. Oh, I forgot. I also have that little bit of storage down here, too. Oh, well. That's okay. We'll ignore that for now. Lights off. Oh, no. Put the shroud back. Kind of like the looks of it anyway. That's 55 days for 2 Kerbals, all of these numbers. So I think I'm okay. I don't plan on putting any more than that. And this is just to get started on a space station. Just something. At some point they'll expand on this. Just to get things going in a direction. Lights off there. And are these lights on? Yeah. Nope, yeah. Lights off there. I also have these now. These are the Mark 1 spotlights. These are the stock ones. These ones I kind of like better anyway. Lights on there. I'm just going to kind of light that up. I don't know if I need to do anything else with it. Just leave that right like that. Lights off. Maybe put them white. Am I missing anything? I don't think I'm missing anything. Okay. So now the thing to do is to get this thing into orbit. Start retracted. Which may or may not be tricky. I don't know. It is 3.3 tons. It's going to easily be the biggest thing I've lifted into orbit yet. Let's try using... I want to put a nose cone on the top of this to kind of clean up the top. So I'm going to get a fairing base. Here's my 1.25 meter fairing base. You're going to flip it over. Don't build the fairing just yet. Turn on the interstage nodes. Go up one thing. There we go. Get rid of the truss structure. Then I can build a fairing down. Actually, no. Before I do that, do I have separatrons yet? I don't think I do. No, I don't. I don't have separatrons yet. Okay. So build the fairing. Can I just go straight down? Yeah, that'll close. Come on, close, you stinker. There. Clamshell deploy. I don't know, 3 chunks. Lots of force. What do I got for nose cones? I think I'll probably just put the roundy one on top. Just the old boring one. Bonk, like that. And then we'll put... You know what? Yeah, no, that works. And then... Why are there... What's down here? Oh, that's that shroud. Okay. Let's take all of these shrouds out of the staging. Oh, I can't take you out of the staging. Well, aren't you a stinker? Okay. But this one I want to take out of the staging. And I want to actually, on an action group 5, I want to deploy that, and we'll deploy stage, undock that node. There we go. That's kind of the idea, that will go. Hopefully that will be okay. Oh, I got to put a flag on it. That's true. Close this. Sorry, I missed it. Close that. There we go. I don't think I'm going to put a fairing around this at all. Well, maybe on the bottom here. Yeah, let's build ourselves a little tug for this. So, for my tug, let's just sort of get this thinking. I'll probably want to deorbit the tug, so I do want to have a probe body in it. So I'm going to use a service bay. And inside the service bay, we're going to put in a probe body. And this is sort of look at fuel tanks. I want to have about maybe 1,200 meters per second of DV. Let's see what this gets me. 691. Not a huge amount of thrust either. What happens with the bigger can? That's... Oh, this'll do. This'll do. This'll work. Okay. I think I want to clean up this little connection here a little bit though, so I'm going to just take this off for now. We're going to put in another fairing here. Beautiful. 3 sides, lots of force, clamshell deploy. That goes on here. And then what I also want, because this is just connected by this little crappy docking port, which is going to be flimsy, just throw in some struts to kind of shore this up and get in there. That'll be okay. That looks better. A little bit of a pusher like that. You don't think the solar panels will survive launch? I bet. Well, we'll find out soon enough. My money's on it they will. Alright, this has got to be on its own stage. Oh, for goodness sakes, why don't you go in there? There we go. This fairing I'm going to also take out of the staging. And I'm going to put that onto Action Group 5 so that all these fairings will all go all at the same time. There's a lot of reaction wheels in here. I think that'll be all good. Maybe a battery. That's about it. Just to sort of... Because at some point I'll want to deorbit this little tug. That looked flaky in there. I just want to make sure there's only one of them. There we go. See, I'm a little worried about the structural integrity of this thing. I will say that. Okay, let's raise her up. I don't need antennas. Maybe an antenna in this, though. I mean, you don't need an antenna to communicate. I'm not going to be transmitting any science, but... Oh, we'll think. We'll think about it. You don't need an antenna, that's for sure. The antennas built into the probe bodies will be fine. Okay, a TD-12 decoupler. And then my biggest fuel can is this guy here. And I think my biggest motor is still the Kodiak. That guy. What's that gonna do for me? I'm not that encouraged, to be honest. I think it's gonna need a lot of boosters on the side. Is what's gonna end up happening with this. I have fuel. Okay, wait a second. I got no. Let's go back to the big ones. I do have I do have a big inline reaction wheels. And I got my KOS probe core. I got to stick that in there somewhere too. KOS probe core is going to go up here. Doom, doom, doom. Okay. Let's put in a few small little tail fins. Oh, use the weight. Yeah, I don't want to spend too much time. Use the utility weight to calculate the DV, the lifting weight. I'm not impressed with the lifters that I'm building. Once I get a lifter that I'm happy with, this is going to end up being a monstrosity, I can already tell. So I think once I get a lifter that I'm sort of happy with, I will start saving them and working out what their payload capabilities are. I guess I'm going to use this one. Just put on a pair of these. And then some more of these. Like I do plan at some point unlocking bigger and better tanks and engines. I'm just not there yet. And maybe just for the gimbaling, some swivels under this. I don't think I have much of anything else. Nope. And we'll put all these on at the same time. We'll do some Asparagus save. Oh, this is getting pretty close. This is getting pretty close. A lot of thrust here on the bottom, which is encouraging. If I use some fuel lines here, 4,000 meters per second of delta V is enough. I want to put this in about an orbit of about 200. So that'll be plenty. Let's line some things up here a little bit first. That, and we're going to need, obviously, struts. Oops, that did not click over. All over there. Oh, why do I got weird? What is that? Where did that come from? I hate when it does weird things. Don't do weird things. There we go. I'm just noticing just how frickin' tall this is. That could be an issue just in itself. This could be a wobbly contraption. We might get into the auto strutting in a little bit. We'll see how this goes. So let's see if I can get a boat tail on those guys. This guy I don't think... Oh, it does have a boat tail variant. That's cool. Should this have a dark boat tail? I think it does. Yeah. You have a dark boat tail? Alright. So we're getting close to the point where people can start like placing their bets. Is what do they think the outcome? I'm a little bit concerned with the structural integrity of this thing, but I think that might be something that can be dealt with. You want to predict the specifics of the contract. The contract just said put a Kerbal, like, they're pretty simple. Put a Kerbal in orbit for 30 days and first docking. Launch a Kerbal, have at least one Kerbal aboard. Launch a vessel, have at least one Kerbal aboard. Dock two spacecrafts together. And then splash down somewhere. Oh, that's going to be a nuisance. I want to leave them up for 30 days. Oh, well, we'll see. So, that requires a splashdown, but, oh, well, what are you going to do? Alright, I'm going to put these guys on. Like so. And like so. Separate off these engines. Oh, for goodness sakes. That goes there. That goes there. Okay. TWRs. Let's just take a very quick look at thrust to weight. So I want a launch thrust to weight of about 1.33. So we're going to be tearing these down a lot. 1.35 will do. Other than that, I think all the TWRs look pretty good. Let's take a look at... I guess this is a crewed spacecraft. I do have my KOS processor. I do have a flight program ready. The boot file. Let's select our boot file for KOS. I want the... probably just the basic boot. Basic boot. That's all I need. Boot file. There's no science aboard. Experiments are irrelevant. Data storage is irrelevant. Sample slots are irrelevant. Communications. Oh yeah, we did talk about an antenna. Do I want to sneak an antenna on here somewhere? Maybe that's not a bad idea. Here, I know what I'll do. Where can the antennas go? This is where the antennas are going to go. I don't need antennas, but let's put on antennas. Oh, but that looks like... I don't like the look with the shroud gone now that I see that docking port there. Shoot. This is a... I'm making an aesthetic choice. Okay, still don't know where the antennas are going to go. I could just stick them in here and call it. Why not? Just a couple like that. And in fact, now that I'm looking at this, why don't I put some lights in there too, and we'll keep those doors open and we'll light it all up. Yeah. There we go. See? Things are happening. Put some lights in there. We'll get to an action group. On action group 0, we will deploy this. Toggle those doors. And we will deploy these antennas. They may not deploy quick enough, but that's okay. Toggle antennas. Like there's, oh, and toggle the solar panels. We'll do that once we're in space. Close that. Come on. Alright. You want to use at least one strut for safeness? I want to see how this goes. I want to see how this goes, and then we'll make a call on how many strutty struts this is going to need. Okay. Electrical storage is fine. Electrical generation is fine. Attitude control is fine. Food, water, oxygen. We checked. Radiation. We're never going to go above the radiation belt, so that's okay. Part upgrades. Yeah. I want to upgrade the ECLSS, is the life support system. We're going to put those on high. Hopefully that didn't add too much weight or took off too much for Delta V. Engines and stuff should all be fine. I think so. These are all just going to launch fire once and be done. Redundancy, whatever. Lights I put on, textures and painting I did, TWR I looked at, staging I looked at. Okay, I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Here comes the wobble. Yeah, I do anticipate some wobble. And then we'll look at probably doing, just because of the way this is set up, probably doing some auto strutting, maybe some struts. I might be able to do some struts. We'll see. We'll see. Let's give this a sim. Let's give this a sim. But I do agree. I think we are going to get some wobbling. Was it at 3,730 meters per second? Well, we'll see. We're going to give this a little test. I'm going to aim for a 120 kilometer orbit. Smart parts. Thank you. I don't have that on my checklist. But yes, definitely put some smart parts for staging. So I'll have to stage manually for now. Alright, so is it already wobbling? I think it might already be swaying in the breeze there. Oh, okay, this is just at least going to be entertaining. So let's do this. Run orbit. And, let's just run orbit for now. Yeah, no parameters, just do it. Because I got a feeling this is not going to be good anyway. We have an engine malfunction. Oh, you're a stinker. Really? Let's restart the simulation. So the engine here failed, and the KOS script did what it was supposed to do and not let go of the rocket. So good job, KOS script. We'll revert to launch. We'll try that again. That's not a disaster when that happens, because all you do is roll it back. It takes a little bit to fix the engine. You roll it back out. It's no biggie. But let's see if we can get this to test. Okay, let's see what happens this time. Get a good view of the wobble. Alright. Yeah, you can already see this thing. We gotta do some auto strutting or some... yeah, it seems to be right here, seems to be the weakest part, doesn't it? I'm wondering if some struts just coming down here might not be uncalled for. Like, look at this. It looks like it's made of rubber right here. Yeah, we saw that coming. Okay, so, all right, let's send this back. So, terminate the simulation. Why am I doing something when I knew that that's what was going to happen? I don't know. I'm just a silly person. All right, so let's see. First of all, smart parts. I concur with that. So smart parts, we have the DrainX. We're going to put a single DrainX right here. That will stage that when the time is appropriate, and we'll put also a single DrainX right here to stage that stage when that's appropriate. Now let's see if I can get away with physical struts rather than the auto struts. The auto struts always feels halfway to a cheat. It's not really a cheat because it is a fix of something that shouldn't be broken in the first place. But I've always been kind of curious as to why KSP has that perpetual problem with... Yeah, that's not going to work. What if I did... I know that's going through the fairing. That's crashing into the fairing. Okay, let's auto strut. Okay, auto strutting. So, where is the auto strut? It's under part. So we'll auto strut to... I always auto strut to the grandparent part. I don't know if that's smart or not, but that's what I like to do. Part. Doesn't want me to... And then we'll get in, we'll just kind of work our way down and we'll auto strut some of this stuff. Grandparent part. Grandparent part. So each one is sort of strutted to 2 parts ahead of it, if you know what I mean. See a lot of comments flowing by. And I'm just more zoning. It seemed like this kind of zone was where most of the wobble was. Alright. Don't condemn those that use auto strut. Okay, so somebody was talking about, yeah, the delta V did come down a little bit. What I could do... I mean, a really easy solution to deal with the delta V is to simply take another one, maybe not even that much, put that on it, because I have a lot of thrust down here at the bottom. Maybe the big one. It doesn't hurt to be a little bigger. Make it a little bigger, and then I gotta up the thrusts on these guys, but I turned them down a lot, so it's gonna lift more. There we go. Now it's back up over 4,000 again. Get rid of that. All right, we'll see if that helps the situation at all. So simulate. Let's go. That does for us. Going back. I was also, while that's going, looking at my orbit script and making sure I got some parameters right. So I'm going to put in some parameters on the next one. Here it comes. Okay. So what we're going to do, scroll out again so we can give this a good look. It still looks like it's wobbling in the breeze. Look at this. It's, oh my gosh. So see if it's any better. Run orbit, and I want to go off at a 90-degree heading, and I want to go to a 120 kilometer altitude. Oh no, it needs to be meters. 1, 2, 3, like that. Boom. I still think this thing's going to be wobbly. Oh my gosh, it's like I did nothing. I swear. This looks like it's like did nothing. That's the weirdest thing about auto strutting, is that you can strut while it flies. So let's see if we can actually... Maybe the grandparent part was a bad idea. Oh, the heaviest part, nailed that right in. That's what I should have done. Okay, so heaviest part's the way to go. I don't know where I started getting in the habit of doing it to the grandparent part. Heaviest part. That took the wobble out of it. Yeah, I could reduce the gimbals, but actually just that auto strut, I kind of want these. I know, reducing the gimbaling on these motors will reduce the wobble too, because it'll not be so overcorrecting all the time. But actually, just changing that to the heaviest part, that made a difference right there. All right, let's see how this does. Right now, it seems to be doing pretty good. I'm kind of very happy with how this is working. Oh, I forgot I got Jet and Bill in here. We're going to send this up empty. No one's going to fly this thing. We'll send them up in a... We're going to build a brand... Oh, dearie dear! Oh, no! That's not good. That's not good. Because there's no gimbaling on that motor. As soon as I lost the gimbaling, I lost control. Okay, this might end up being a little trickier than I was hoping. Let's terminate the simulation. Yeah, that's the thing I'm nervous about with auto strutting is when you have vessels, especially space stations, the auto strutting can get very weird when you dock and undock vessels and there's auto struts involved. And I'm not quite sure why, but sometimes it can get weird. Okay, I'm going to change this auto strut to the heaviest part. I'm going to do that all the way down. So take it off the grandparent part and go to the heaviest part. That seemed to have made the difference. I think that's going to be enough. Now, okay, I lost attitude control in that top stage. Let's just take these off for now. And where's mass and where's lift? Yeah, so anyway, that doesn't know. That's not telling me anything useful. What else is new? Let's throw these away. I mean, I could... Just trying to think how to make this more... I could go with just bigger fins down here on the bottom. That's always an option. I could go with engines. What do I got for engines that might act as kind of vernier engines? I really don't have much of anything. I mean, I got little spiders, but I don't think they pack enough thrust to really affect things too much. I also don't want to take the delta V down. What happens if I put 4 spiders down here? What does it think of that? I think that's going to help with the attitude control, and you obviously have to put them all on at the same time. Still got more than 4,000 meters per second. Okay, I'm going to try it with these little spots. I don't think I have anything else that really would be appropriate. I don't want to get rid of the Kodiak because I need that thrust. I could change the wings and make those bigger, but let's try it with these little actuation motors down here at the bottom. I don't know if that's going to do anything for me, but we'll give it a go. So that's going to be our first attempt. Yeah, thumbnail, I thought the thumbnail came up good, so that's what I'm trying to build. Something for that, to match that thumbnail. Yeah, you can't trust that center of mass and center of drag that's in the VAB. It lies, especially the center of drag part. It lies. I swear it's still... Oh, whatever. Run, orbit, 90, 120,000 meters. wobbly as heck. I auto-strutted this. Oh, it's grandparent. Oh, maybe I undid what I did. Oh, I think I might have undid what I did. I think I did. I think that was me. I got a feeling these are still auto-strutted in exactly the same way. Because I took some parts off and then I did some control setting. Okay, so what we have down here, those little ants, or the little spider engines. I think I'm entirely too optimistic to think that that can maintain attitude control of this big rocket. Oh, you're talking about planes with the center mass in the center. Yeah. I still don't entirely trust it in the hangar either. Okay, so we're getting close to losing these radial boosters, and then we'll see if we're gonna lose control. Who am I kidding? I gotta put on bigger fins. Those little spiders aren't enough. There it goes. Yep. It's not. Yep. Who was I kidding? Okay, terminate. Revert to vehicle assembly. This one's putting up a fight, folks. Putting up a fight. Alright, so... Okay, again, auto-strutting. I still wrong. Heaviest part. Heaviest part. And I'll do this one to the heaviest part. Okay, save this. Okay, the stupid little spiders down here are doing nothing. Oh, what I was thinking. Those are coming off. We're going to go bigger. Bigger tail fins. So let's go with... I want something with actual actuation toggles on it. Let's go with these guys, maybe? It always feels like they're so big, and I hate the look of these really big fins. I really do. Ugh. Ugh. Do these ones look any better? I'm picking just bait. That's too big. They make me sad. I guess we'll go with that. I can change their colors. At least that's something. We're going to change the actuation toggles way down because I always find these are way too twitchy. So we'll put them down to like 6. See if that helps. Okay. See what that does. I do have controllable. Well, I just put on those controllable tail fins. I just don't like the look of them. They just bother me. But I think I just have too much drag up here at the top. Simulate. Dude, not enough gimbal. I ain't got no gimbal, Red Shot. I have the choice of a weak-ass engine or a gimbaled engine. I ain't got both. So I went with the stronger engine but lack of gimbal. That's what life is all about. If I had a big-ass gimbaled engine, I'd use said big-ass gimbaled engine, but I don't have said big-ass gimbaled engine. And I'm not in the mood to redesign the whole rocket to work with weaker engines just yet. You think those fins will do the job? I hope so. I hope so. All right, so let's see what happens. Run orbit at 90 and 120. Consider retaining the boosters to orbit. I'm not, John. Are you? I'm gonna hang on, like to the little tug. I'll hang on to that. This stuff is just gonna get fallen to the wayside. Yes, I know. They also are going to help with pulling drag back. I know. I just don't... I don't know. They don't look good. Big tail fins don't look good. At least in my opinion. But I know in KSP sometimes they're necessary because you build stupid shaped rockets and the drag models. Alright, we're going to find out again. Once we lose these, we can give a countdown. We got 25 seconds before we lose these radio boosters. Because that's the thing, like, these guys are gimbaled, so they're having no trouble whatsoever holding on to this rocket. Yeah, I could redesign this. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so this is gonna go. It's working. Okay, that seems to be working all right. I mean, the other way to have done this is to make this core much smaller, put a swivel on here, and then it'll have the gimbaling, and then make the radial boosters bigger. That would have been a solution too. This seems to be working. Yep, you were right. Peter called it. This is gonna do it. This was gonna do it. Alright, are we... What's our orbital parameters at? This is easily the biggest thing I put into orbit yet. If I get it there. Just get her done. Strap on more boosters and get her done. Okay, there's another thing. We are about to lose this core stage. Oh boy, we might be losing it again. Well, that didn't go well. I'm not sure what happened there. Okay, I had some sort of staging mishap there, that's for sure. I gotta check my staging. But something definitely is not... Oh my gosh. Something's definitely not feeling right now. So I think what happened there is I think I had that decoupler in the wrong spot and it just blew up the tank that was below it when this engine came on and never decoupled. But I am losing... Oh my gosh. I am 25... Like I'm gonna be... on my way down. I don't have the thrust on this stage. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's not going to make it. It's not going to make it. I don't know if this DV is right. No, where's... Yeah, that DV here is wrong, but I still don't... I don't have the thrust. I'm going to be going down. Like, I'm only 10, 12 seconds from apoapsis. My altitude's too low. This is bad. Okay. So, okay, terminate the simulation again. I think this is going to need a fundamental redesign. Does the Terrier have a performance upgrade? It does have an upgrade, but I thought that was just for reliability. Oh wow, whoops. I don't know. It says here I only have a 0.64 thrust to weight ratio on this stupid little Terrier. These DV numbers are not the same numbers I started this with. Didn't I? Okay, first of all, the staging's clearly wrong. Yes, this is wrong. Okay. But why? Okay, now that says 1100 and point... Okay, now it's making sense. Now it's making sense. But I can't believe this didn't work. Could it... Like 4,280... I mean, there's 3,166 meters per second before I even get to the Terrier. Could the drag be that bad? slap on more side boosters. I could just do that. That is always an option. Or I could just do this. Again, I don't think these are anywhere near. Nope. I could just do this. Ignore the numbers. More fuel. More boosters. So I think I still got the thrust I need on those. Just push that up. There we go. I think it's pushing a lot of drag. I think that's really what the issue is. Okay, let's just see with an extra bit of fuel on there if that makes the difference. Simulate. Oh, it already is asparagously staged, Peter. And Reborn. Yeah. The asparagus staging is already there. I could go with more boosters like radially around, but like I said, I don't have... Until I get to the point where all those engines are at max thrust on the limiters. Put a fairing on it for drag. Yeah, I might need to do that. I was hoping not to have to put a fairing on it. I haven't really looked at the drag arrows. Maybe I should put on the old F12. Put on that aerodynamic overlay. Okay. But yeah, I guess that's another option, is just to put a fairing around this whole thing at the top. Might be better. But I've just enabled the aerodynamic. Oh, what the heck? Why? Why did it do that? Okay. I don't know what just happened there. Everything seemed fine, and then it said, nah, I don't think so. Let's restart the simulation. Oh, I put in 120 meters. My old KOS script, I always put that number in kilometers. I should just change it. I should change the script and multiply it by 1,000 and... Oh my gosh. Yeah, it hit 120 meters and then stopped. Oh dear. So for those people that didn't... So just to explain for those people that don't follow along with my stupid scripts. So I run the orbit, and then I put in 90 for the heading I want it to go to, and then I put in at what altitude I want you to cut off the main engines, and I put in 120, and that's 120 meters. I want it to be 120,000. So that's all that happened there. That was just dumb. Trying again. And I do have the aerodynamic overlay, but I think there might be a lot of drag associated with this cargo part. That might be the main culprit right there. Since you restarted the crash sim, your DV numbers all match, do they? Yeah, we're in the same ballpark anyway. Hard to tell. Is there a great big red arrow? Oh, there is drag associated with these. On here, and they're retracted, which I do not know. Okay, I'm seeing, look at the size of this red arrow, right? That is drag. So I got me a feeling that that is coming from, for the most part, this. So maybe if I can build the fairing around, I got two fairings on this, maybe I can find a way to... Now the drag is disappearing because the air is getting thinner. We're not even going that fast. Okay, there we go. You think it's fairing time? We'll see. We'll see what this does. But I think drag is an issue. I think it's this part. this guy here. We've got a lot of drag. Like maybe I can just extend this fairing here around this and close it across the top. That is by itself might do it. Taper the front. I don't think it has to do with shape. It might be. You mean this flat shape here you don't like? Yeah. Could be. Could be. It's definitely doing better than it did before. If this makes it, I'm going to call it. Yeah, I could also make the top fairing come down. I could put a 1.875 meter fairing. I do have one here, rather than, and then just bring that down and make, well, I think again it's this piece here that's really the problem, more than it is this shape. I think it's this, literally this piece. Oh, we just lost our fairing, speaking of which. My nose cone's not attached, it's just kind of dangling on there. Normally I like to put a Sepratron on there and blow that off, but I ain't got one. Okay, we are about to go now to the Terrier. But we might be high enough that drag's not an issue anymore. I'm looking at that time to apoapsis, and it's holding at 53, just went up to 54 seconds, so I don't have the same problem. I think just that extra bit of fuel did the trick. So just punch our way through the punch your way past the drag. Yeah, Terrier's fine now. The scripts even reduced the throttle to keep the time to apoapsis at a constant. So the Terrier's now fine. And we're almost, it's going to be fine now, I think. I'm pretty sure this has got it. Oh, I keep forgetting to take the kerbals out. That'll save some DV as well. Kerbals add weight. I keep forgetting to... nobody should be flying this thing. This is just... okay. Still got... this says 680, and Kerbal Engineer agrees with the DV calculations. So the DV calculations feel right. Is there somewhere that you can borrow this script? 100%. Yep. On my Discord, I have a channel for KOS, and at the top pinned to that channel is a link to my GitHub, and on the actually the link to the GitHub might be in the description of this very video too. If not, I can put it there, but all the scripts that I use are all there. And if you're on the Discord, you can even ask questions about it. There goes my nose cone, now that it cut the throttle. Almost in space. But I still got almost 500 meters per second left. Here, I'll just get this to space. We should get stuff deploying now. Look at that. That looks good. I like it. Put their lights on. It's orienting itself, but it's only a 45 meter per second burn for the final orbital insertion. There's still 500 left, so we're ducky. We're super now. Okay, I'm doing it. I'm pushing this one. Drag schmag. Terminate the simulation. We're building this. Be careful that the rocket don't slam into the nose cone. Yeah, there's always that. All right, so I say this is done. I say I'm happy with that, so we're going to do that, and we're going to build that. And if I show the build list, it's going to take almost 14 days. That's okay. Okay, now the other thing, no, let's fly something. I spent too much time in the VAB already. I also got to build a new orbiter for this. But you know what? That's for next. Let's fly that herd probe, and then we'll build an orbiter. Okay, so yeah. Just got to go to here. Now, actually, I think I got some upgrades. Yeah, I do. Let's put some more work towards... Yeah, get things building a little quicker. All right. Oh, the herd probe is ready, so let's roll that out. And... oh, we're still reconditioning the launch pad. That's going to take another 9 minutes. Okay, let's launch. So this is just a little science probe. And here come the puns again. Did I ever try a space shuttle landing on the moon? No, I can't say that I've ever tried that. I have landed SSTOs on the moon, just for funsies. I honestly find just the whole, like, a space shuttle is a fun thing to build, just to build it, but is honestly probably one of the less practical things you can build in this game. Might be true in real life too. Okay, I just want to look to see what is going on with the herd. So... it's just space, inner belt, outer belt, magnetosphere. All right, so I'm going to have to go for the outer belt. The other requirement is this does have to be in a polar orbit. So what we'll do, let's just get it up there for now. So run orbit. This time we're going for a polar orbit. So I'm going to head off at a heading of 185 degrees. And we'll go up to 100,000 meters. I'm going to have to go higher than that, but that'll be a good parking orbit, and then we'll figure out where it's going to go. Okay, and go. Hopefully this will all go good. It's a long beep. It's a long beep. I don't know why there was a long beep. All right, so this is the herd experiment. We actually... just get it going here, and if I could filter this. There's actually 2 experiments on here. One is a gravity scan, which takes 90 days for it to perform, and I'm going to have to send up more gravity scanners to try and get that done quicker so that we can start to get that science. But then there's the herd experiment, and you can put it into 3, into the inner belt, outer belt, and the magnetosphere with Kerbalism. If I go to my map view, oh my gosh, it hurts my eyes. Turn all this off. There is, right there, there's the magnetic sphere, and I should have the herd 1. Oh my gosh. I didn't realize I have so many freaking, there's the herd 1, and it's going in and out of the inner belt. And so the job of this one is to go in and out of the outer belt like this. So I'm going to have to put it in a pretty high altitude. But this is our target. It's got to go in a polar orbit and kind of go in and out of this. And hopefully over time it'll collect science. It's actually not a whole lot of science for it to collect. I'm not sure if this is worth it, but the completionist in me says do it. Okay, and oh, we should take a look to see how these are doing. Clearly a much simpler little rocket. Inclination is 87 degrees and climbing. And the experiment should be, they're all in an invalid situation. So yeah, that's fair enough. And at the end of last week, I launched one that was equivalent to this, and then found out that the thrust was completely imbalanced on the probe, and I wrestled it into an appropriate orbit, but it did a little bit of fighting back. It is. Is it doable for it to be completely self-sustaining? I'm not 100% sure of that. I've never taken a Kerbalism game to the end of the tech tree to find out exactly what processes are there available for you to recycle stuff. So I can't really answer that question. There is a greenhouse available with Kerbalism, but I don't know. I've never gotten to a point in the game where I could be completely self-sustaining, but it could happen. I don't know the mod well enough. I've never gotten that deep in the tech, deep enough, like to the end of the tech tree to find out. Okay, there we go. We're at 100 kilometers for our. Will you deorbit some or all of that mess later on? Maybe. Yeah, I'll take a look. I know this is a mess of satellites. I really need to. I'm being asked, are you going to deorbit some of this crap? And yeah, I probably should. There is a lot going on here. All the stuff that's in low orbit here, I honestly can justify in my mind. Just saying, oh, by now it would have deorbited on its own, and I might just delete them. I don't know. Okay, where are we at? Where are we at? Okay, we have made that. We made that. Okay, let's cancel that program because I always find this doesn't do this very well. Oh yeah, there's hardly any reaction wheels on this. So I'm right now, I'll put it here. I am pitched up super hard and it's now just beginning to move. But then once it's on the little probe, it'll be fine. I had to close the KOS script because the KOS probe core is here. I'll be losing that once I lose the probe. Because the KOS core is just too big to put on a little probe like this. So this has nothing to do with the space station. This is purely to collect science. To get some science going in the background. And probably in the future I'll be launching some more GravMax satellites as well. Again, just for science. Because with Kerbalism, all that science collects in the background, which is super nice. Okay. Let's time warp into place. Oh shoot, I should probably turn that thrust limiter down. To give this... That's good. There we go. Or else I'd end up with like a... Almost all of this burn is going to be done by this stage, and it's going to stage right at the very end. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and go. And I might stage early. Because I want this thing to deorbit. So let's cancel, stage, go again. I didn't want my periapsis to get positive with that. I want to lose it. Alright, so anyways, it's balanced this time. It's in control, so that's good. Alright, that's good. So we'll do a little bit of orienting this. Just for solar panels. Are my experiments running? I want to check that. And the answer is yes, they are running. And there's not that much left of the herd in where we are right now. And I also want to get into some of this automation here. If our hard drive is full, I want you to turn off the gravity scan, because that gravity scan generates a ton of data and it'll fill up that hard drive in no time. Okay, we need to get ourselves into this upper belt. I have 1,300. Oh my gosh, I have so much DV left. How are we gonna do this? I'm wondering. Oh no, it doesn't work that way. No. We'll just put a maneuver over here. $535. That is healthy in there, and then we'll do one. We'll circularize up there. That'll work. Okay. Is SCANsat all done? Yes, SCANsat is all done. I could delete the mapping satellites. I'm pretty sure all my scanning is complete. I can check, to be honest, right here, can I? Let's switch over to... I gotta watch my... I'm closing into celestial body, Earth. Yeah, that looks like a complete map of Earth, doesn't it? I think. Oh, still some funny shapes here. Maybe it's not quite done. I don't know. This thing though has to do its job. Just give me a moment. Not a lot of thrust on those little spiders. And I was thinking of using them as vernier engines on that big old rocket, like that was gonna work. Yeah, I'll look at that map. Does it say the percentage anywhere? I'm not sure it does. And I also have, now actually I could be putting up, I have better scanning equipment so I can get high. No, there still looks like there's some blanks. Oh my gosh. Well, anyway. Something to worry about later. Definitely the little bit of... I think the biome map is done, but I think the altimetry map is not done. Alright, how's that look? I'm fine with that. And then we'll circularize out here. And then that'll be it. And then this thing will be left to its own devices, collecting its science. Let's make sure everything's doing what it's supposed to be doing. There. Oh, yep. The herd has to get back into a... Okay, let's just get there. The herd actually turned off there for a moment. Now it's back into an area where it has to do some more work. Oh, I overshot. Come back. I just locked that on prograde. So quite a bit higher. Oh, if you hover over the low part of the map, okay, it gives me a %. I'll do that once I'm done this burn. I got a feeling my altimetry satellite probably needs to be adjusted again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. It's got a great big blue Pacific below us there. I can just see Australia just on the edge. I think it's still like a little bit. Oh. Am I good enough? Am I close enough? I am close enough. It's fine. Yep. Okay, so this will dip in and out of this belt as it goes around. But it only needs a day and 2 hours to do it all, so it's not going to take it too long. I'll just leave it up here for the gravity scanning, though. Okay, we're just going to reorient this. For the solar panel, and we'll leave it up here to do its device, or do its work. Oh, I over-torqued that. Oh, our reaction wheels are taking some damage. Yeah, they do that. Because of the radiation. Doesn't matter. Once we're here, we're done. All right. Okay, so we'll leave that to do its thing. The gravity scan is stopped, probably because the data is full, right? Yep, our data is full. So it has to do some transmitting in order to get rid of that. Let's take a look again at SCANsat, see what people are talking about. So if I go to here where it says low, oh yeah, 95.2%. So it's mostly done. I got a feeling, whatever. I'm sort of in a I don't care stage with that. What about the what am I doing? Math time. Biomat. I think that's this one, and it's 100% done. And I think on the moon we're all done too. Why are you frozen? There it goes. 100% on the moon. Okay, so it's got a little bit more to do. All right, let's get out of here. Let's fly something else. What I really should be doing is probably building my orbiter now and getting that started. But honestly, I think given where we're at, let's put that space station up. Let's put up that space station and call it a day, and then we'll build the orbiter next week. Cover all the stupid debris that's here. All right, what do we got for our space? 10 days to build a space station. Let's build a space station. So we'll warp to that. Got 3 science from the herd. More science from the herd. Okay, let's warp to sunrise. Oh, we got a seismic scan from the moon. Nice. I love that the science is all happening in the background. Okay, we're going to roll it out. I should have rolled out before I warped to sunrise, but I didn't do that very efficiently. We're going to launch. We want no Kerbals in this, so everybody out. Empty, 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 empty. Okay, launch. Is the gravity sensor active? It was off. You know what? I should go take a look at that, John. It should have turned itself back on when the drive got back up to 80%. So I'll check on that once we get our satellite up, or maybe while the satellite's flying. I think you're right, Natalia. Natalie is saying that she thinks I'm having trouble with the reaction wheels because of semi-saturable reaction wheels, which is a mod, and I kind of agree that Once you're in the radiation belts, the reaction wheels seem to not like it. And maybe I should just uninstall that mod. That might not be a bad idea. But anyway, let's get up this space station. So run orbit. This is at a 90-degree heading and 120 with 3 zeros after it. And hopefully this will all go well. It did not. Okay, we are going to have to abort this. So Kerbalism struck. That happens. This engine exploded. As you can see, that's just a random thing that happens. But what we can do, can we roll this back or do we just recover? I think we can roll this back. Am I crazy? I might not. I'm thinking I might not be able to roll this back. I know if I recover, I think I have to rebuild this whole thing. Yeah, rollback's not an option. I'm thinking of RP1 where rolling back is an option. I don't think rollback is an option. Let's see. Let's see if I go back to the Space Center if it is. You think I've fully saturated fully semi-saturated the reaction wheels? Yeah, that could be. Okay, so I can roll back, I'm being told. Okay, so let's see. Oh, recover with KCT. Okay. Okay, so I might have done the wrong thing just there. Recover to the VAB. Yes, that might be it. I don't know. Never had this situation. So if I click on it, I don't think I should hit recover. So let's fly it again. Maybe shouldn't have left. Ack. I just don't want to rebuild the whole thing. And the thing is, what confuses me is that KCT works different in Realism Overhaul and RP1 than it does with the stock game, which is this one. That's what's confusing me. So if I do this, sorry, and go recover. No, because I don't think I have the option in the KCT menu. Resume flight. There it is. See, there is no plan. There is no recover here. Close that. So I guess I'll just go to here. Oh, here we go. And go recover. I'm hoping recover to the VAB is the right thing to do. We'll see. We'll see if that was the right thing to do. Yeah, I know in RP1 there's an actual roll back the rocket option. But I don't think it's here. Oh, the VAB had a recover button? Okay, so I'm maybe completely in the wrong spot. All right, well, I've done what I've done. So, vessel recovery is happening. Let's warp to complete for that. Okay, so now if I go to here, I can edit this. I think this is going to work. Edit this. So here's our rocket. It's a good looking rocket. So you can see there's no... So I think all I got to do is just grab this and go 2 times. And now there's one on the other side. I think the thrust limiters should all be still good. think so. See, that's a thrust limiter at 88.5, and that one's at... Okay. Get away, stupid checklist thing. Don't know why it's way in the air like that, but I'm just gonna save edits. Nope, sorry, can't watch it at 2 times speed. Maybe upgrade the engine? I don't know. I'm so cheap. I'm so cheap. I kind of actually, like, okay, it's only going to take 15 minutes to fix that. So that's okay. So, if, you know, the fact that I fumbled a little bit, but maybe this isn't such a big deal. Roll it out, take another 2 hours. And we're launching. There's not much lost there. Not much lost. Again, nobody aboard. Get out. Get out. Launch. Yeah, KSP is not exactly brilliant with its loading times, is it? Not much. When I do edited videos, of course, I cut all those loading times out. It still is up in the air. I hate that. Oh, well. I don't know why I put it in the air. Okay. Anyway, run. Run, orbit. 100. Nope. 90 and 120,000. Go. All right, let's do it. All right. All right. So we are off. And it's made it to orbit in simulation mode. Got nobody aboard. Oh, I noticed when I was looking at it in the VAB after I placed the engines that the launch TWR is a little higher, but that's because there aren't 2 Kerbals aboard. So it's accelerating a little bit more quickly than before. Did the tanks get refilled? Oh, I didn't even consider that. There were engines that fired, weren't there? Oh, I saw the option to refill the tanks, and I didn't go for it. Probably not. That's right, it burnt a little bit of fuel, didn't it? Hopefully it isn't too bad. We are less Kerbals. The weight of the Kerbals are gone, so maybe that little bit of fuel won't turn into such a big deal. Yeah, you're right, I should have said refill the tanks, and I just didn't do it. Of course, yeah. So many things to think about. Okay, about to lose these radio boosters. Whoa, okay. I know what happened there. I know what happened there because the one end... No, that still doesn't make sense, but that must have to do with the fact that the engine was gone. Like, the fuel must have been asymmetric. I don't know why that should have happened, but... obviously something to do with that launch fail. Either way, we got away with it. We got away with it. That's what's important. And although I'm going due east, I'm going to end up in about an orbit with about an inclination of 28 degrees because we are launching from Cape Canaveral, which is at a latitude of 28 degrees. So this will be an inclined orbit. And, whoops, let's take this off. So you can see already how it's being inclined downwards. Take that target circle off. That's just being pessimistic. So that means when we go to launch our orbiter, we'll have to make sure to launch at the right windows as we come under that orbit. That means you only got, yeah, one launch window a day. That's okay. Yeah, one of them definitely had more fuel in it than the other. That was sort of funny. Oh, there goes fairings again. Oh, am I going to lose the nose cone? Nope, nope, nope. It's pinned up there. It wants to fall off. See, if I was flying this manually, this would be the point where I give it a little bit of a wiggle just to shake loose that nose cone. I think we're going to be fine. Can I give it a wiggle now? No, it won't let me. It doesn't give me any control. Ah, that's true. With the fuel lines. So, yes, the tanks that were on the side, that's very good, Natalie, that you noted. The tank that was on the side with the active engine was draining twice as fast as the tank that was on the side without the active engine. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Okay, we're going again for a target of 120 kilometers. So always find a nice altitude for space stations in the stock game. Lets you to come, gives you plenty of room below it in order for you to be, you know, do rendezvous and set up getting up to the station, but it's also not high enough that you have to worry about getting into the radiation belts. So it works well. I did not forget to jettison the nose cone. The nose cone has been jettisoned. It's just pinned there. As soon as we cut our thrust, this nose cone will drift away. Normally I put a Sepratron under the nose cone to kind of blast it away, but I don't have Sepratrons unlocked yet. Lots of things I don't have unlocked yet. Okay. The game thinks we're in an orbit. Not quite, but just did the camera funky thing. So it's going to be a very tiny burn to do the final circularization. And there, we just cut our throttle. Let's get up into space. There goes our nose cone. Bye-bye, nose cone. Hopefully we won't run into you again. I'm worried as well that the periapsis is not high enough for the game to auto-delete that thing, so I might have to actually delete it manually, which is annoying. Oh, we can put our lights on. Lights on. Going into space, reorienting itself for that maneuver. Just again a 45 meter per second burn. We still have 496 meters per second, so our little bit of the little fuel fiasco there at the beginning isn't a big deal. Whoa, 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 whoa! Why did you turn on engine? Engine, why? Why'd you do that? Bad engine. I went to cut throttle and close that program off, and for some stupid reason that engine turned on. So I'm just going to do a little bit prograde here, get that apoapsis up to 120. It actually lost a bit because of what's the word? Because of atmospheric drag anyway. Oh, I don't know why I closed the KOS window anyway. Why'd I do that? Same with why aren't I time warping like this way? tiny little burn here to finish this off, and then we're in an orbit, and we'll line up our solar panels and stuff, and then yeah, I think that's going to be it. So next week we'll end up building a brand new orbiter, because I don't have an orbiter with a docking port, and I don't even have an orbiter that can hold more than one Kerbal. So I do have the 2-person, what is that one? The Onion that comes next, I think so. Half throttle here. That's good enough, I think. Close that. And I do have a script here for lining up the solar panels. We'll see how good a job it does. It should take into account the inclination of our orbit and everything and put them in a nice... Yeah, it's not too terrible looking. See? Delete that. Let's get this into the sun and see what it looks like. Oh, and then of course it drifts. Oh, it's going to do that though, isn't it? Nope, nope, nope. That's good. No, I think that's a nice orientation there for the solar panels. Looks... Whoa, I pushed the wrong button. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is leave this up here in the orbit. I'm going to leave this little tug on here because it does have some fuel in it. Might find something useful to do with that fuel. But I think our next job is to build ourselves a little orbiter, come in here, dock with it, get our Kerbals in here, and start working on that being in orbit for 30 days contract. But I think for now, I think I'm going to be drawing this stream to a close. So thank you everybody in the chat. Thank you everybody who's watching this at a later date. And of course, and as always, a very, very special thank you to all of my Patreon patrons and YouTube members. Have yourself a fantastic week, and we'll see you all next Tuesday. Bye, everybody.